he didn't check to see if they were wolves. I guess they were, but I was like, did he just kill some innocent people? Like, he never went out and looked.
They
Probably
weren't
not,
innocent.
huh?
They came in and tried to kill him.
One of them did, but the other 3 that he shot were just. I mean, they probably.
Two.
I think
there
they
were
were
2 that
probably
came in and
wolves.
tried to kill him.
No, only one guy, right?
There's 2 in the RV.
You sure?
Yes. Pretty sure.
I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know. There's battles happening.
Okay, here's where they come in. There's one guy.
Okay.
Rick. Same guy.
That guy. And there's
There's the other guy. Okay, you're right.
And then there's 3 on the outside.
Yeah, okay. And we assume that they're actually bad guys, huh?
Well, presumably they come in and try to kill him. I say that puts them in the bad guy category. They did come in.
The guys on the outside of the van that he shot with the
They
automatic,
didn't
we assume they're bad guys.
But they were crouching there with firearms.
They were
kind of crouching and sort of hiding, like waiting to jump him. And he saw them from the rearview mirror, and then he's like, "You're dying."
Yeah.
I think that's the ones that Morgan released.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't kill him. He got them.
So,
but still, no.
Everybody's happy.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, Morgan should have killed those bastards.
And then he tries to start the RV, and it does not start.
Yeah, but one thing I thought was
Diablo
interesting is
ex machina.
Right before that, exactly, when he had tried to call people on the walkie.
Yeah.
And he tried Glenn, nobody answered. Then he tried Tobin back in Alexandria, nobody answered. And then he called for Daryl a couple times and he didn't answer right away. And you see the look on Andrew Lincoln's face. He's like, oh, crap. I could be the only one left.
Crap.
It was sad, right? It was like, oh, poor Rick. And then Daryl's like, I'm here. Yay. And then it looked like you could hear the fuzz from the walkie again. And he looked like he was going to say something. And I thought he was going to start talking to Ghost Lori again. He was like starting to go insane again. Maybe not, but that's what came into my head.
Wow, I haven't thought about Lori in a long, long time.
Because you remember he used to talking to that phone all the time.
She only died like 8 weeks ago or something.
Well, my last point was about Rick too.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was just a lot of random things, but it was interesting that when that first guy died, the Alexandrian, he just starts going through his pockets, taking everything out, and he's like, okay, we got to move on. And it was very sort of callous, and also they're in a dangerous position, so you don't have time to sit there and mourn him, but it still felt kind of like, okay.
He got the baby food.
Yeah. No, I don't. Well, the first guy, I don't know if he had baby food.
Maybe the second guy had
baby food. The guy in the end of the episode had baby food.
Yes.
But the guy at the beginning, I don't think he also had baby food, did he?
Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
But they were all sort of staring at Rick like, oh, okay. He's like, the horn stopped. Good. But it reminded me, and there were 2 other times where he went through the zombies' pockets too, and then the guy at the end. And I was wondering what the significance of why did they focus on 3 times of him getting supplies off of people. But it also reminded me of season 1, episode 2, when they pulled out that one zombie's ID.
Yeah.
And he wanted to give him a little eulogy.
This was Joe Blow.
A real man, real person. Yeah. This was Joe Blow. But he's far from that now. Like he barely even considered this human that was killed a person.
They are just, he was an Alexandrian at the beginning.
Yeah.
He was an Alexandrian, and so, it's his own stupid fault.
And then Rick says there's gunfire, but they can handle it. They have to, because he knew his job was to continue to try to circle back and lead the zombies away.
Yeah.
That must have been hard for him, because we know he does care about Carl and Judith.
Oh, yeah.
And they're back there.
But he trusts that they'll be safe.
They can handle it.
Hopefully. Mm-hmm. And they don't know that the wolves are attacking also. They really don't know. All they
don't
know
the severity of it.
All they know is that some zombies are headed that way, but they don't know how bad it is. They're going to know next episode or maybe the episode after that.
Right. Well, as callous as Rick was, he was absolutely right that these Alexandrians weren't all going to make it. And as crazy-eyed as he comes off, he's still a man that should be listened to.
Yep.
For sure. I
agree with you completely.
Okay, notes.
Did you know the guy who played Scott in this episode? His name is Kenrick Green, and he is Sonequa Martin Green's husband.
Oh, is that the injured guy?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a Scott in the comics. I think maybe it's the same guy. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I thought that
cool.
was nice.
I knew he was going to be on it, but I didn't know that was him.
And the only other note I have is that I was reminded all over again how pretty Georgia is.
Even though it's supposed to be Washington, D.C.
Yes. We know better, and we know it's beautiful Georgia.
Yeah. Okay, I have a few. So Michonne had some amazing kills, chopping those heads off.
Yes.
It looked so real.
And, a katana is a great zombie weapon. Mm-hmm. You don't have to get close to the zombie. You can stand 3 feet away.
You got to keep it sharp, though.
Yes.
You got to get some skull to sharpen it on or something. Michonne gave the evil eye a couple times during this episode. She's like looking at people.
Yes.
Heath mostly.
Yes.
I like that. She was a badass. She's like, we're going to catch up with a lot of things and we're going to end them. That was a good line. But I like the whole thing with Heath and Michonne.
Yeah.
That Heath, I think it's natural for him to be skeptical of these guys.
Yeah.
I think Michonne would be if she was in his place.
Right.
But when she said that line about, you haven't gone through what we've gone through, right, it made sense, and she was right.
Yes.
What else? The horn, it seemed to go off longer than what we heard in last episode.
I gave up trying to figure out the timing. I was like, no, I completely gave up on that.
Because last episode, I think we heard the whole of the horn, and it was pretty short compared to what we heard in this episode and in the first episode.
Yes.
But oh well. Department of Suspension Disbelief.
Right.
The guy with the wife named Betsy, David, he got bitten, and Michonne says, can I take a look? And it's this gaping mass, and he's like, is it bad? All calm and everything. I get a little scrape, and I'm like, ow.
We are so dying at the very beginning of the zombie apocalypse, let's face it.
I guess if you have adrenaline, you might not feel something, but maybe the zombies have like morphine in their teeth or something. What else? Daryl struggling whether to help the Alexandrians. That kind of felt like giving Daryl something to do, but
right.
Maybe that'll come in next time we see him. Mm-hmm. He'll be over there helping them. I noticed his motorcycle revs even when he's not moving his hand. You just see him with it still, and it goes. Bang, bang, bang.
He's so cool. He can make it rev through his thoughts. The
motorcycle's just excited to be underneath him. And then I guess that's it. So good episode.
Yes.
Is it a good idea to fake us out like this? Because some people are like, if they do this, they lose all credibility.
No, I think it's great that they fake us out like this. I love this. I love
it's like an April Fool's. The best April Fools are when you tell somebody something bad is going to happen.
And then it's all
and then it turns out to be okay.
Yes.
And they're relieved. Versus the opposite. Guess what? You won the lottery. April Fools.
Here's your tax bill. No, I think it's great. And I would love it. And I'm counting on it, in fact. And I'll be very, very sad if we're all wrong.
Well, I think it's very cool and an interesting device. I wish they would have done a little bit of a better job of it, but they can't keep doing it though.
No,
it can only work the one time.
Yeah.
All right, let's take. Do you think Nicholas is really dead? Just kidding.
It's true. We didn't actually see him.
See the bullet enter. I think
maybe
we did.
Just skim the top of his skull. Somebody's intestines were pulled out.
Yeah, maybe it would be funny if it was like.
Some zombies.
Oh, look. Nicholas is alive and Glenn died.
That would be funny.
We fooled you.
That's funny.
About 20 entries in the best zombie makeup contest.
Woo! I saw some of them today. They're great.
We were looking at them. They're amazing.
I love them.
We did a zombie contest a few years ago, and these ones are holy cow.
Even better.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, they're great.
We're doing this with Fracture. And you can go check out the entries and vote on your favorite one at bestzombiemakeup.com, or you can enter yourself, better yet. Mm-hmm. Deadline is November 1st, so that's another week or so. I anticipate we'll get more entries as we get closer to Halloween.
Yep.
And the voting continues for another week after that until November 8th. 4 runners-up get a medium fracture, and the winner gets a big, large one, which is $85 normally.
So jealous.
It's about 15 by 20 inches, so that'll look great on your wall.
Beautiful.
By the way, these things are your photos printed on glass, and we love them because they're beautiful, because this company does this one thing and does it really, really well. And their website even is really fun and easy to use, and just to go on there. You can go on there and put your pictures in and see how they'll look, how they fit in the form. You can get a rectangle or a square. I think you can do your own custom sizes too. Because they're personal, you have your own favorite photos and memories memorialized in this really neat form. And they're great gifts.
They are.
Coming up on the holidays. And you got plenty of time. No, actually you don't, because they tell me that they get really busy this time of year, of course, and that you should get in line as soon as possible because the lines get long to get these, and they make them all in this one factory in Florida, and they hand check each one of them. So it's a time-consuming process that they take very seriously. And if you go to fractureme.com and enter code DEADCAST at checkout, you get 15% off your first order.
So what are you waiting for?
Thank you, Fracture, for your support.
Fracture.
Obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens.
The people it kills get up and kill.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is a Walking Deadcast news update.
It's hot in here.
It is hot in here. Is that
That's
the news
it
update?
for the news. No, number 1, Walker Stalker Con Atlanta is next weekend, and we're excited.
We are.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, October 30th, 31st, and November 1st. And,
come and have a drink with us.
And I'll be Rick Grimes on stage.
Woo!
And have you decided what you're going to be?
I have to say what I'm going to be. It's
Is it a surprise? Oh, cool. It turns out the whole staff is dressing up, by the way.
Oh, nice.
But you can meet me and Karen and Dave Solo of Walker Nation at the Latitudes Bistro and Lounge in the Omni Hotel at CNN Center at 6 p.m. on Saturday for drinks. So that's on Halloween.
Woo!
The Latitudes is the hotel bar at the Omni, and I'll put this information in our show notes, and I'll post it up on Twitter and Facebook too.
And we hope to drag other people there with us too.
Right. Yeah, and I'm hoping that we can get Melissa and Duncan to drop by too. And I'll be either Rick Grimes or Luke Skywalker at that point.
And maybe even Gracie and Mr. Blog.
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to come too. Yeah,
Yay.
I hope so. And they won't be in costume. No, I'm just kidding. So next time, the speculation that Glenn isn't really dead is all over the news.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's just any Walking Dead article. There's like 10, for every 10 Walking Dead articles that say he's not really dead, there's one that say, oh yes he is, because it would be too impossible for him to be in the situation that he's in and get out of it. And I'm like, have you ever seen this show before? God, how many times has Glenn almost died?
Every single one of them. Something always happens.
Down in the
Come
well.
on.
Yeah, he that time he was tied to the chair and they.
Was it him? No, it was Daryl and Aaron who were in the car, and they were at the place that the wolves had booby trapped.
And all the zombies came pouring out of the trucks.
Morgan came with his bow staff and saved them.
Yeah, maybe Morgan will fly in and take care of it. He's probably hovering just overhead. So this is sort of macabre. A Pruitt, New Mexico man was arrested Thursday afternoon after allegedly beating his friend to death while they were drunk after the man said his friend began to, quote, change into a zombie. According to the Grants Police Department. The man, identified as 23-year-old Damon Perry, told police he'd recently been binge watching The Walking Dead on Netflix. And they responded after 911 callers said a man, later identified as Perry, was running around the complex threatening people with a knife. 2 maintenance workers were holding Perry down when they got there. Inside a nearby apartment, an officer found the friend unresponsive with signs of trauma, pronounced dead at the scene. And this guy, Perry, told detectives that while the 2 were drinking, the friend began, quote, to change into a zombie and tried to bite him. He allegedly then punched and kicked the friend and also hit the friend with an electric guitar and microwave. among other household items. Perry's been charged with an open count of murder and is being held at the Cibola County Detention Center.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. But whenever you employ appliances, it gets a little slapstick.
Guitar and a microwave. So don't ever make zombie sounds at your friend and pretend to try to bite him.
Especially your friend who's been binge watching The Walking Dead.
So stupid. All right. God, people. All right. That's it for the highly relevant news. Let's move on to listener moans, groans, and grunts. Okay, as you probably can imagine, we got tons of emails, messages, and calls today, and we can't play them all, but I hope that you'll, forgive us if we didn't play yours and try again some other time, because we do enjoy getting all of these. First, there's a little follow-up. So we got a lot of emails about what Morgan said when Gabriel asked, where did you learn that?
Uh-huh.
People said peacemaker and changemaker mostly.
Right.
Peacemaker, not peacemaker. And changemaker. Or some people noted that the closed caption actually said cheesemaker. So here's a little snippet from the preseason 6 Talking Dead special that Scott Gimple was on.
Yes.
Are we going to find out how Morgan became such a bow staff wielding Zen master?
We will. I'm not making a joke. For real, it has to do with cheese.
It does have to do with cheese.
There is a cheese component to the story, and that was not planned. I mean, as far as, I had no idea there was going to be cheese B-roll.
Right.
But there's a small component of cheese to the story. I hope not cheesy.
No.
Actual cheese.
Scott, does the cheese have an arc? Or is it one episode?
It does. It
okay,
really
great.
Does.
So on Talking Dead this fall, what we got to do is do an episode cheese counter, and we got to see where we're at each episode.
No. Its arc is constrained to an episode.
Oh, okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Was that the episode it was constrained to?
No. I think it's going to be next episode.
Right.
The Morgan flashback.
Okay,
right?
where we meet his bow staff wielding cheesemaker.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. But anyway, that confirms that's what he said. Absolutely. He said cheesemaker.
He said cheesemaker. Yeah. Blessed are the cheesemakers.
There's some Monty Python thing where they say that.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's somebody watched that the night before, one of the writers or something.
Right.
Life of Brian, I think. So then also a couple listeners pointed out that when Enid said, this place is too big to protect, there are too many blind spots, that's how we were able to, and then Carl cut her off.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, she is a wolf. But they said, no, she's probably talking about how she and Carl were able to sneak in and out of Alexandria. And I'm like, oh yeah, that seems very right.
But I don't think that rules her out as a wolf conspirator. Yeah.
I do. I mean, I don't either.
Right.
In fact, another listener, Jessica Jones, said, quote, while in the tree with Carl last season, Enid said, it's not our world anymore, which is also what the wolves said. So I don't think she is, but you're right. It doesn't rule it out. I'm not just going to suddenly become a conspiracy theorist just because Glenn's still alive. But it could be. And then finally, in the follow-up front, there was at least one other wolf who captured and chained someone. People pointed that out, a few listeners, because I had said it didn't make sense that Carol was chaining up Morgan like Chewbacca. It does make sense. All right, with all that taken care of, let's get into listener responses.
Let's do it. The first one's from Genevieve Ramirez Jacobs, who writes, tonight's episode gave me diarrhea. What?
That's in the TMI department. No, I'm just kidding. Scott Madison says this one is right up there with when T-Dog and Lori were killed off. Carol went missing and Rick lost his shit. I'm a little gutted right now. Oh, too soon?
Molly's diarrhea references. Natalie Arthur.
That's not a diarrhea reference. That's
Rick lost his shit. I'm a little gutted.
No, the gutted is about
yeah, I know.
him getting his guts torn out, not explosive diarrhea.
Natalie Arthur writes, I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I would trade 10 Daryl Dixons to have Glenn be alive. This is worse than the red wedding. Why? Don't worry, honey. It's going to be okay.
Amy Estrada says, Karen, please don't leave the podcast. We will get through this. I'm so sad and my support is with you. Hugs to you. I love Glenn. He was great. See, people really were worried about you here.
look at them all worried, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm firmly in the he's alive. Don't even entertain the thought.
And I have to admit, so was I, because I'm the one who pointed out to Karen these rumors that Glenn was going to die, just to get her prepared for
It's
this
true.
episode.
He traumatized me. That's like inoculating me. You gave me a little bit of the bad thing in order to have it fester all
I'm
week.
just going to get you back on the Game of Thrones and be like, there's probably going to be a rape in this episode for every episode.
That's a great idea. That a rape and somebody you love is going to
Maybe
die.
some child murder.
Just so you know. Oh yeah, and child murder, patricide, or is that
That's
when,
father murder.
Oh, okay. Well, there's that too.
Infanticide.
There was patricide.
Yeah.
In fact, Aubrey Churchward writes, "I thought of Karen right away too. We're all in this together." Grabs hands. Oh, look at how nice they are, and I am laughing at my.
That's what I'm
own
saying.
no.
See, I think we can't be too callous, but hopefully people understand that we just don't believe it. Because if we did, it would be a whole different tone. Amy Estrada says, I really like listening to Karen with Jason. They have great chemistry. I really miss her when she's not there. I hope she doesn't leave. See, I'm highly offended. Like, nobody cares that I might leave. Nobody's worried about how I'm going to feel,
you're
even
never
though
gonna
I
leave.
love Glenn.
This is your house.
Glenn's my favorite, and it would hurt me deeply. Mm-hmm. And I did consider leaving the
Yeah,
show
that's
for a second.
amazing.
It was a quick second, but I did. I was like, it's like you just feel like, crap, man. I got punched in the stomach. I don't want that anymore.
Yeah. Well, welcome to my world. Now you know.
Now I know.
Michelle Jones writes, I'm like praying for Rick right now, and I'm not religious. It's funny.
Jose Estrada said, as soon as Glenn called Rick a dumbass, I had a sick feeling in the pit of my stomach. Glenn was the everyman survivor. If a pizza delivery guy can survive and thrive in the ZA, then anybody could. It was by far the most surreal death in the show. I'm still in denial. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Major hugs to Karen, but not Jason.
Thanks, Jose. Major hugs to you too. Bethany Hannish.
See, she can't even pronounce her names.
I had too much beer. Hold me, tell me Karen will miss her on the podcast. We understand. She can't go on without Glenn. Wow.
See, she
look
just
at-
assumed you'd
I've
be gone.
already quit. Wow, look at that. No, I haven't quit.
Rob Wolf says, to be honest, I thought this episode was more historic and dramatic than the premiere. I know we saw literally thousands of walkers on the first episode, but there were way more in our face last night. Yeah, it seemed like at every turn they were there. This is what a horde looks and feels like. I also thought the storylines were so dramatic. Michonne and Heath, Rick on the run, Daryl taking off, and then, of course, Glenn. Is he or isn't he? As a comic book reader, I honestly am conflicted. Can't wait to hear what you and Karen think. Why are you conflicted as a comic reader? Because you'd rather see what happened in the comic, you sicko.
Thanks for writing.
Thanks for writing.
Terrence Shelton writes, dude, just saw this episode. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this one, especially Karen. Yes!
Especially Karen.
I didn't make that up.
I am going to quit. Kristen Hallberg says, I was really excited about Morgan's standalone backstory episode, and now I will literally do what I did the last 15 minutes of last night's episode. Don't care, don't care, don't care, until we find out what the fuck just happened.
Pake Allen writes,
I kind of get that, right? It's like, I'm
Yes.
curious about Morgan, but I'd rather know what happens.
Yes, me too.
And
Me too.
I hope this doesn't make people think like, the thought going through everybody's head isn't going to be, who cares about Morgan? Because
We
that's
love
not good
Morgan.
for Morgan.
But we're all very, very, very concerned about Glenn.
Glenn, yeah.
Pake Allen, fuckity fuck, not Glenn. Fuck.
I'm so happy at least one person writes that every
Me
time someone
too.
dies. And
I
it's
love
usually
it.
more than one, which makes me even happier. Michael Tworzidlo says he might show up in the Flash Sideways plot in season 9.
Flash sideways. Alan Michael Cumbliss writes, it ticks me off either way, to be honest. I don't want him to be dead, but if they didn't do that, what would be a cheap, crappy way to gamer buzz and one heck of a cop-out.
Garner Buzz, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. Garner buzz. So I don't have my reading glasses on right now. Sorry.
I know. Natalie Lopnon Baker says, anyone else getting annoyed by Pouty McDowdy Heath? I really wanted Michonne to bitch slap him into reality.
She kind of verbally did.
Yeah, like I said, I understand him. And he seemed to come around at the end. It just takes a little time. Michonne was like that at first too.
Yeah, exactly. Stephen Fletcher writes, I'm literally in tears as I read this. I can't remember the last time I cried watching this show, but it feels like a good while. Certainly the first time I've cried watching this show. I usually watch the latest Walking Dead episode twice, but right now I honestly don't think I can bear to go back and watch again. I don't think I can even watch a Talking Dead, which I usually do straight after the second watch. That's how bad I feel right now. I just can't believe it, and I don't want to believe it. If it was anyone else, I wouldn't be feeling this way right now. Out of all of them, I so didn't want Glenn to die. I'm even a little surprised by how I feel about this. I'm actually wondering if I can keep watching. That's how sad I feel. God, I understand. Like I said, I can't even remember the last time I had such a strong reaction like this to a show. I hear you, Steven.
It's okay.
Oh, and he's still going. I guess I didn't realize just how much I love Glenn until now. I've seen some talk there that Glenn might not be dead, even though I struggle to see how he could have made it. I really want this to be true. But to be honest, there's a small part of me that doesn't, just so I don't feel like a dumbass.
That's one thing that is a point against doing this.
Yeah.
That you get people feeling
manipulated
like this, and then kind of feels like you pull the rug out. And I want to respect that. I mean, I think it's an okay device to do it this one time. But if they did it again, then I'd be like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't do that.
And also, I mean, it feels cheap. And also, then you never believe that anybody's dead.
Yeah. If they do it once, then it's okay.
It becomes
but if they
like
keep doing it. It's the boy that cried wolf. Right?
And also, who shot JR, and wasn't that ended up just being like...
No, he's dead. Oh, it was his brother, Bobby. It was all a dream.
It was a dream. And didn't people feel all mad about that?
I don't remember. I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, I know. I was pretty young too. But anyway.
Anyways, yeah. It was like a cheap gimmick. What they did was he got shot, and then they had a whole season, and they didn't like how that season went. And then they got that actor to come back. So at the beginning of the following season, he came out of the shower, and his wife was like, I just had a horrible dream. Which, if they did that on Walking Dead, that would be a jump the shark moment for sure.
If this is all just Rick's fever dream in the coma.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. That might be kind of cool. Jamie Dimmick says, please give Karen a hug from me and beg her not to leave the show. This is my friend Jamie who's saying to give you a hug.
Wow. You begged me to not leave the show, pal.
Please don't leave the show.
Okay.
That was easy. Okay.
This next email comes from David Deckmar, who writes, I was very disappointed in The Walking Dead if Glenn survives the attack on him and Nicholas while on the ground. Glenn has the weight of a dead Nick and the weight of a hungry horde of walkers on him, with at least 1,000 more waiting to take their turn to take a bite. At the end of the scene, he is completely covered. No way he survives. I predict he will be back as a walker, and somehow he's found and someone has to put him down. Maybe Maggie.
If that happens, I'm going to be very sad next episode.
Yes, and I'll feel dumb that I was so cavalier.
But I trust in the unbelievability of the show, of someone to get out of impossible situations like that. And that Glenn will do it. This is from Heather in Boston. I know people are going to be all over the quote, is Glenn dead or not? I don't know, and I'm still traumatized to a point I can't process what happened. I wanted to comment about what Scott M. Gipple's statement on The Talking Dead last night. He mentioned, quote, parts of Glenn may survive, or something to that effect. Knowing the apocalypse has put them a few years behind in organ donation /transplant, could Maggie be pregnant?
Oh.
It seems highly unlikely he would make it out of that horde. I just don't know. I think it's both. There's been other speculation that Maggie's pregnant. Maybe there was some hint earlier on that we missed, but maybe she's pregnant.
Is that when she went for the pickles and ice cream in the freezer?
Right.
That must have been it.
And she was like, holding her stomach and
Right, and throwing up in the morning.
throwing up. Yeah.
Marissa Halat writes, I'm sure you're having a little bit of a rough day dealing with what might be the end of Glenn. I'm processing my feelings and not really sure what to make of it. On the one hand, I find it hard to believe that we could lose one of our favorite characters in such a stupid, meaningless way. But on the other hand, not every death, real or on the show, can be epic and meaningful. Shit happens and people die, and sometimes it makes absolutely no sense. That's almost harder for the people they leave behind. I keep thinking about Maggie and how she might never know what happened to him. I'd compare her to a military spouse, knowing that her husband went off to fight, but he never came back. I'm almost sure she's pregnant, and I hope we see them in a flashback next week if this really is the end of Glenn. Oh, it would be sad. Love you guys. Love you too, baby.
It's not. Don't worry. From Hennessy Green, I've been living in the Department of the Suspension of Disbelief for a season and a half now because I live near and used to live in Alexandria, Virginia.
What?
Maybe this
Awesome.
addressed in the comic, but the landscape of the show is way off from the actual location. How are we supposed to believe all this happened in a suburban area 5 to 7 miles from DC? There are 150,000 people in Alexandria alone, and it's one of the most developed suburbs in the U.S., and these guys are running for miles through the woods. It's not that important, but it's been putting me on tilt lately because I expected something more urban when they said they were heading to Alexandria. Have you discussed this before? No, because we don't know that area, right?
No, we sure don't.
But it's kind of disappointing, but unsurprising to hear that they're not hewing closely to the geography of the area.
Right. So Alexandria, Virginia is not surrounded by miles and miles of forest.
Georgian woods and kudzu. How do you say it again? I forgot.
Kudzu.
I think it's kudzu. Yeah.
Kudzu. From Tori Ling, who writes, top 5 of Glenn. 5, Glenn and said dumbass to Rick in Days Gone By and in Thank You. 4, he is loyal to the group. 3, I am Korean.
That was back from early on, I think,
yes,
with
it
Daryl.
was. 2, zombie bait.
I don't get that one. Oh, the well.
Yeah, the waterlogged fatty zombie in the well. And 1, number 1, Glenn driving a red Dodge Challenger out of the city with the alarm going off. Yeah, that was pretty great.
Woohoo! Yeah, that's good to remember. From Jessica Jones, hi Jason and Karen, I love you guys and I'm so glad I have someone to vent my crazy obsession with this show to. So I've never cried over a character death, but losing Glenn is a totally new feeling of TV loss. I loved him, his heart, his wit, and just everything he stood for, hope and humanity. I also love Steven the actor. I tracked with him more than all the others. Just devastated. I understand it's the zombie apocalypse, but not sure where to go from here and who could possibly fill that kind of role without dying. Give me a helicopter with a staff joke to make me laugh. I looked up helicopter jokes, but there were no funny ones. So sorry.
Sorry.
Praying he's just rewind a little bit. I said one earlier. Praying he's just able to cover himself in Zed blood and finds his way back to Alexandria before the herd, then run off into the sunset with Maggie. Yeah, no happy endings in The Walking Dead. R.I.P. my sweet Glenn.
Oh man, maybe we were wrong. Maybe he really is dead.
I think maybe a lot of people wrote this stuff not having thought about it like we did or seen these articles, you know?
Yeah.
But if you go back and just consider everything that we've said and watch that scene, it's just presented in such a way that makes it look like they're trying to make us think he died, but he really didn't. That's what I think. I mean, maybe he will get bitten and be around for another few episodes and then die, you know?
Right.
You never know.
Don't go.
And now we have some calls. Some good ones. First call is from Drea Age.
Fuckity fuck, not Glenn, no! Hey guys, this is Drea from North Carolina.
Hey, Drea.
Looking forward
Hi,
to the
Drea.
podcast. Karen, please don't quit the show.
Oh, I'm quitting.
Surely our fragile Zedhead family cannot take more heartbreak this week. So here's the zombie sound. Brains.
So good at bring yourself too.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good point. If something really sad happened, sad enough to make you quit, then just think how all our listeners would react. I'm sure at least half of them would.
They'd quit the show, and then you
Kill
quit the
themselves.
show, and we'd all
We
quit the
all
show.
do something more worthwhile with our time. Here is Lauren from Sacramento.
So Nicholas was on top of Glenn. I mean, Nicholas was on top of Glenn. Like Nicholas was on top, right? So, I mean, Glenn's alive. He crawled out of the dumpster while Nicholas was on top of him. He climbed in the dumpster. Perhaps he got struck by lightning and turned into the Flash and killed every walker on Earth. Maybe he went Super Saiyan Glenn, and the shockwave from his transformation destroyed everything. Glenn's alive.
That's exactly right.
I love that. We should have just played that for the episode.
Yes, exactly. Glenn's alive. Nicholas is on Glenn.
Yeah, Nicholas is on top, and those are his guts. Don't worry. Just keep
worry.
repeating that to yourself until 2 weeks from now. This is from Bex Maddie.
Hi, Jason and Karen. This is Miss Anonymous from last week. My name's actually Bex Maddie from San Jose.
What?
And I am so bummed out. I'm so sad. Karen, I feel you, baby. So last week was what the fuck in the best possible way, and this week's episode was what the fuck in the worst possible way. It's so upsetting. I'm so traumatized. I don't even know what the fuck. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know how bummed out I was. Last week I didn't give a zombie sound because it was my first call, and this week I'm not going to give a zombie sound because I'm just not in the mood.
Oh.
Just not in the mood. Just not okay.
I understand that.
Anyway, hang tight, y'all. Later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I wonder, so here's an example of someone, I don't think maybe she even considered that Glenn might still be alive.
Yeah.
So how's she going to feel if he is? She'll be like, I was really depressed.
Yes.
You assholes.
Yes. Exactly. And
or is she going to be like, oh, thank God he's still alive? You know?
I do. And I also now feel like maybe we shouldn't even release this podcast for another 2 weeks because we're going to sound like such callous dummies if he's really dead.
No. Well, like I said, if he's really dead, then we'll change our tune.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, we will. Okay, a couple more. This is Greg from South Carolina.
Hey, Jason and Karen. This is Greg from South Carolina. I woke up way early this morning and watched the episodes, and I just figured I would call and add my voice to the many people who are probably saying, fuckity fuck. Not Glenn, man. Fuck. Having said that, when he called Rick a dumbass on the radio, I kind of thought the end might be near.
Mm-hmm.
He has been joking with him in a long time. But I think just been suffering through it, and I've been thinking about the psyche that this will do to the group, and Rick in particular, given that since he's been around since the beginning, no one actually saw him die. It's not like Noah, where everybody just watched him be effectively executed. So they'll probably just keep thinking he's just hasn't made his way back yet.
Well, that's a good point.
They seem to abandon a lot of people for, oh no, they're probably gone. Glenn's just been different since the beginning. All right, well, you guys enjoy the rest of your day as much as you can, and I can't wait to figure out what happens to this RV next week. All right, bye.
Yeah, that would be interesting if somebody went off on their own and died, and what would the rest of the people think?
Did he have his hat on? Or has his hat been gone for a long, long time?
It's been gone, but he said that he would give some kind of a signal to let them know that he was okay if it didn't work out. So I think they put that in there just to give a stronger indication that they might know, or at least think that he was dead,
Of course, they pocket watch is also a tell.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. Could be inside a zombie stomach.
Oops.
Oops. One more call. This is John Stevens.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Karen. My name is John Stevens. I have a story about this week's episode of The Walking Dead. So I live in a central time zone, and The Walking Dead airs at 8 o'clock. Then they do Talking Dead at 9, then Chronicles of Men or something. Then reruns of The Walking Dead, Talking Dead. But I didn't get the chance to watch the original airing of The Walking Dead at 8 because we had friends coming over, my wife and I. So we're like 10 minutes into the episode, and the first guest arrives, and we stop the fill and start playing some video games. Play video games till about 10, then decide to get a movie, so we watch Furious 7. That movie goes about 2.5 hours. So as the last guest leaves at about 12:30, I ask my wife, hey, do you want to watch The Walking Dead? She says, okay, sit down on the couch. So, you know, I go sit down in the chair. Now the DVD player is running the credits for the movie, and I grab the TV remote and I turn the input back to the DVR, right? The first thing I see when it turns back on is Glenn getting his insides ripped out, and I just went, no, Glenn, no, not Glenn, no, and threw the remote on the ground and ran up to the TV and turned it off and collapsed. I couldn't believe it. I've never been spoiled on The Walking Dead before, and it's just the worst feeling. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I haven't seen the episode yet, but I'm hoping it's a good one. Thanks for all you guys do. Have a good day. Bye.
So he hasn't seen the episode at all.
No, that was just a dream sequence. No. Well, he has now, by now, I'm sure. But by the time he called, he hadn't. That had to be pretty shocking to first thing you see.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Fortunately, it was Nicholas's entrails.
Yep.
We're just
Glenn's
sticking
just
with it.
Fine. He's just fine.
That's right.
Right. Thank you guys for calling in and everything. We probably should have read some of that stuff first so we would just have a sense of how much this has affected some of you guys.
Yes.
But we know, like, I felt like that. When I first read the rumors, I was like, oh, my heart sank. And then, you know, when I saw it last night and kind of believed it, I was more upset just about, well, I was upset to lose Glenn, but just about another reinforcement that this show doesn't think it's worthwhile to be a good person. And the good guy died.
Yes.
That's how I felt.
Good guys finish last. That's a terrible, terrible message.
Yeah. Well, on that note, let's find out what's happening next week on The Walking Dead.
Next week, Glenn lives. Kidding. All right. Next week on The Walking Dead, season 6, episode 4. The title is He's Not Here. I'm sorry. Wow. I'm really focused on this. It's Here's Not Here. Here's Not Here. It's directed by Stephen Williams, who is actually one of the big directors of Lost, which is kind of
nice.
neat.
Oh, is he one of the? Oh no, that's Jack Bender. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, you're thinking Jack Bender.
Jack Bender should do one.
Yes,
That'd be awesome.
Please bring Jack Bender on. It's written by Scott M. Gimple, who you might know from such things as being the showrunner. And the description of it is: a new face and setting are introduced with all that's gone on in the apocalypse. Can people be trusted?
I think I know who that
dun,
is.
dun, dun.
So you didn't watch next week on?
I did. I watched,
What was
and it was just Morgan stacking zombies up. That's it.
Okay.
Quietly stacking zombies.
I read that this is the Morgan flashback episode, but it wasn't clear if people knew for sure whether that would just be a part of it. I think it's 90 minutes. So
if it's just Morgan with the flashback, flashback with maybe the cheesemaker.
Yeah, the cheesemaker.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the cheesemaker episode, I think.
Is it the Kill Bill where the bride gets all trained?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Morgan standing in for the bride.
And he finds a way to punch his way out of a coffin.
I'm looking forward to seeing his backstory.
Me
I am
too.
Yeah. I don't know if it was a smart idea making us wait to find out what happens after this, especially when they thought that you'd think Glenn was dead. I guess if they really thought we'd think Glenn was dead, then we wouldn't be waiting to find out what would happen. We'd be like, I want to see something different.
And happy.
All right. Anyways, you ready to close it out?
Hi.
Because